combined newsrooms in Eugene, Roseburg, and Coos Bay. KVAL News at 5 starts now.
A political assassination as conservative activist Charlie Kirk killed on a college campus during a speaking event in Utah. The 31-year-old leaving behind a wife and 2 young daughters.
The mayor of Orem, Utah, where Kirk was shot, says law enforcement still looking for the gunman. Kirk, well known within conservative politics, was holding an event at the Utah Valley University campus. That's about 40 miles south of Salt Lake City. Media shows Kirk under a tent in front of a massive crowd answering a question about gun violence when the gunshot rings out. The crowd runs and Kirk can be seen slumped in his chair. He was rushed to a local hospital in critical condition where he died shortly after. Now, the suspect still at large tonight. Utah Valley University police saying they were going door to door to evacuate people. The university was evacuated and armed officers combed through campus and the surrounding community. Officials say the person was seen on campus in dark clothing, but they couldn't offer much more at this time.
As we take a live look now at the Utah Valley campus, which does remain closed at this time, all classes canceled for the day. A secure-in-place order was sent out to students and staff. That has since been lifted. Witnesses describing the scene as it happened.
After I got done talking to him, I really couldn't exit because there's such a big crowd. So I turned around, and like 10 to 20 seconds later, after I got done talking to Charlie, I saw that he was shot in the neck.
So we just ran. I play baseball here, so we just ran to the field and got with the coaching staff, and they just had a shelter in place, and they just said, stay sheltered until basically you're informed otherwise.
Another witness saying the shooting happened soon after the event began.
And they had just gotten into the second question, I believe. And that's when I heard like a huge pop. Whenever I hear sounds like that, at first I think, okay, maybe it's just fireworks. But after a few seconds, all of us kind of standing together, it's a very suspicious sound to hear with tons of people. There were so many people there.
Utah officials say they believe the attack was targeted at Kirk, one single gunshot, and they said there were no other injuries. Charlie Kirk, known for being influential among young conservatives. He is the CEO and co-founder of Turning Point USA, a conservative youth organization. Kirk, a close ally of President Trump, he's been credited with helping the president mobilize the youth vote. His social media reach includes more than 5.2 million followers on X. He also hosts the Charlie Kirk Show podcast. Kirk's tours have made a handful of stops in Western Oregon, including a 2021 event at the Emerald Valley Golf Club and a 2024 event at Oregon State University. He also made previous stops at Portland State.
More than 3,500 campuses, including University of Oregon and Oregon State, have chapters. A local member and a Eugene native attending many of Kirk's rallies says today has been full of emotions for the group. Take a listen.
It's, in all honesty, utter shock. It's very sad. And then you're just glued to the TV screen, worried not only for Charlie and his family, but simply for our nation. I mean, this is unacceptable, and any form of violence in the realm of what occurred with Charlie today is unacceptable.
Now, he says he would never have been involved in politics if it wasn't for Kirk. And reactions to Kirk's death pouring in from all across the political spectrum tonight. National
correspondent Atra Elnish are gathering responses from Washington.
The violence on a university campus in Utah sending shockwaves through Washington. President Trump, who's credited Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA for mobilizing enough young voters to get him elected, announcing his death on Truth Social. The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you. The president ordering flags be flown at half staff until sunset on Sunday. Vice President Vance says, eternal rest grant unto him, O Lord. Republican commentator Scott Jennings visibly emotional when the news broke.
Charlie Kirk was a destination for a lot of young conservatives, and we're going to miss him.
Utah Republican Senator Mike Lee saying this murder was a cowardly act of violence, an attack on champions of freedom like Charlie, the students who gathered for civil debate, and all Americans who peacefully strive to save our nation. California Governor Gavin Newsom, one of the most high-profile Democrats in the country, who earlier this year hosted Kirk on his podcast, says the attack on Charlie Kirk is disgusting, vile, and reprehensible. In the United States of America, we must reject political violence in every form. Former Democratic Congresswoman Gabby Giffords, who was shot in 2011, says democratic societies will always have political disagreements, but we must never allow America to become a country that confronts those disagreements with violence. FBI Director Kash Patel says agents were sent to the scene right away, and the Bureau will support the ongoing response and investigation. In Washington, I'm Atra El-Nashar.
Meanwhile, former presidents Barack Obama and Joe Biden calling the attack despicable on social media. Meanwhile, Oregon Senator Ron Wyden also weighing in. Wyden posted, "Political violence has no place in our country. My thoughts are with Charlie Kirk and his loved ones," end quote. Oregon House Minority Leader Christine Drazen also releasing a statement this afternoon saying in part, "Any extremist who has called for violent action against their political opponents should be ashamed of what they have brought on our country. Violence and hatred must end. My deepest condolences to the Kirk family and prayers for our country." Governor Kotek also condemning the shooting. The governor said the attack on Charlie Kirk is inexcusable. Violence has absolutely no place in our democracy. America is better than this.
Now, following the news of Kirk's death, House of Representatives Speaker Mike Johnson led a moment of silence on the House floor in the wake of that shooting.
The chair would ask that all members present in the chamber and those in the gallery please rise for a moment of prayer for Charlie Kirk and his family.
That moment of silence lasting about 30 seconds and was followed with a shouting match between members of both parties. Now, Kirk's shooting is just the latest violent act directed at political figures in the past few years. It was last July when President Trump was shot at a campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Also last year, the man who broke into the home of former House Speaker and Democrat Nancy Pelosi and attacked her husband with a hammer was sentenced to life in prison. It happened in 2022. Then an alleged arsonist tried to burn down Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro's residence while he and his family were inside this past April. And in June, a suspect gunned down two Democratic lawmakers in Minnesota's House and one of their spouses in what officials called a politically motivated assassination.
Our nation is broken. We've had political assassinations recently in Minnesota. Nothing I say can unite us as a country. Nothing I can say right now can fix what is broken.
Utah's governor would then go on to say how dark a day like today is for our country.
Now, this all happening the same day as police say 3 teens are in critical condition after a shooting outside a Colorado high school, including the suspected shooter. That shooting happening around noon at Evergreen High School, which is about 30 miles southwest of Denver. Police say the shots were fired on school grounds, but outside of the building. Police did not confirm how the shooting suspect was shot, but say that police didn't fire the rounds. Colorado Governor Jared Polis put out a statement saying he's monitoring the situation and praying for the victims.
I can tell you that we've received 3 victims, all minors, from Evergreen High School, and they are currently being actively treated at St. Anthony Hospital. We are a level 1 trauma center. We prepare for these sorts of things.
We'll be right back after the break.